Hey everyone, today we are in Incheon Airport, which is arguably one of the most technologically advanced and breathtaking airports anywhere in the world. We're currently in Terminal 1. I just got off my flight on Air Premia from Newark, New Jersey, New York City to Incheon. Round trip, it cost me about $1,400. I would say if you're flying from New York City, San Francisco to Korea, I would definitely check out Air Premia because they are by far the cheapest and the planes are pretty much brand new. So on today's walking tour, we're going to be doing a full walk of Terminal 1. You're going to see just the gravity of this new complex here. There are shops, there are lounges, spas. I actually just came out of a spa myself. If you pay $10, you could have access to a full shower, swimming pools, saunas. So it's really nice after about a 15-hour flight to be able to take a shower, change, and kind of get ready. And you could even take a nap as well. That's on the ground floor in the basement. But we'll go ahead and do a tour of the top floor here. And keep in mind, this is all before you enter the security. So you have numerous different shops and restaurants to choose from, all before you go through security to get your flight. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. You'll also notice how bright it is in here. The ceiling heights are tremendous, and it is unbelievably clean in here. I can't even get over how spotless clean it is. Here you have all the different airlines if you want to check a bag or check in. You also back there have telecommunications companies if you want to get a SIM card. And this is Air Premia right here. You also have numerous banks and exchange places if you want to exchange your currency. However, what I noticed is I never really have to do that because if you have American Express, Amex pretty much works everywhere here. And I just use my Apple Pay. Very easy to read check-in boards. You could track all the flights. And you even have a full map of the airport as well. Again, this is 3 different stories here. Another thing I want to mention is just the amount of public restrooms. It's almost unbelievable. You walk 50 feet and there's another public restroom. And each and every one of them is so unbelievably clean. Here's some of the virtual mobile check-ins. Also, a lot of customer service people around to help you check in. In a little bit, when we make this right, you're going to see these massive TVs that project CCTV cameras, so you could see each and every single gate if there's long lines or if there's traffic to the airport. There's another currency exchange place. Here's another small coffee shop, but this is nothing compared to what you guys are going to see in a minute. We'll go ahead and head towards the security for the departures. Tons of maps everywhere. You have tax refund. That's another thing I forgot to do last time. If you're coming to Korea before you leave, make sure you go to the tax refund place, because all the taxes that you paid on your trip, they'll refund it to you. To the left we have Jeju Air. Tons of seating. Back here you have 2 restrooms, more coffee shops, and more currency exchange places. And just off to your right, you're going to have the main entrance to the security gates. Also, another thing to note, there's so many places to charge your devices. It's not like JFK or any of the other airports in the United States. If you try to charge something, 9 times out of 10, the outlets are going to be broken or they're not going to work. Here, everything works all the time. It's pretty crazy. So on the top floor, you see more restaurants. And these are not just like little fast food restaurants. These are full-blown Korean restaurants, Taiwanese restaurants, Chinese restaurants. I mean, you could really have a full-blown meal here. Public restrooms to the back. You even have nurseries, like private nursery rooms, which is crazy. And you don't even have to bring your luggage into the restrooms. You can just leave them on those little yellow squares there. When we go down to the middle floor, you'll notice that everyone just leaves their luggage outside of the shops and restaurants because it crowds the area up when you're trying to eat. And it's such a high-trust society that nobody's going to take your stuff. It's unbelievable. This is the tax refund. And here's what I was talking about earlier with the CCTV. So you always know what's busy. You always know where the best places to go are. It's so advanced. I would really, really recommend checking out some of those spas here in Terminal 1. They keep them so unbelievably clean. And after a 15-hour flight, to be able to take a shower, get changed, even take a nap, it's honestly unbelievable. Here's another food court up top. You can see all up there, Korean food court, Korean food. If you're an American, you have a Shake Shack right here. And here's what I mean about everyone just leaves their bags here. I honestly don't even think you're allowed to do that in the United States. You have to keep your bags with you at all times. Here you just leave it there, get your food, walk around, and it's always going to be there when you come back. Pretty crazy. More public restrooms. You have numerous pharmacies. You have one pharmacy here. I think you have two downstairs. And these are all like travel stores. You could get luggage, different types of cosmetics. You could buy different coffees and desserts to take back to your home country. It's very cool. And then down here where we're going to go in a second, it's this beautiful green space with this beautiful fountain. So if you come down here, you could sit, meditate, get some work done. And this huge screen here, where you see that coffee shop, but two someplace in the back, this acts as a big waterfall and it plays like nature sounds. The thing is unbelievable. Here you have the police station, as well as the Military Manpower Administration. Yet another pharmacy, yet another public restroom. And then here's the Paris Baguette. Everyone thinks Paris Baguette is a French brand, but it is actually owned by a Korean owner. It's very popular. And really nice dining rooms too. We'll now go down to the second floor. A really convenient thing too is that you could take the subway directly from the airport and you can get all the different buses. So for me, this trip, I'm actually going to take the bus into Seoul to the World Trade Center, the Gangnam district. And it should take about 45 minutes on the bus. But you can take the subway, which may take about double the time. Okay, here you have more places to eat. As you can see, these are full-on restaurants down here. You just leave your bags here so it doesn't clutter up the restaurant. This is a beautiful green space, unbelievable. Here you have a little burger place called Loteria. So Lotte is a huge brand here. You obviously have the Lotte Tower. So there's tons of different shops that are all Lotte branded. This is like an American burger joint. You even have a tourism support center. So if you're having any trouble getting around, you could go right to the desk. And they are extremely, extremely helpful. Oh, this is the place where you get the bus tickets. This is where I bought my ticket. And it's not the traditional bus like you're thinking about. It's not like an MTA bus. These are really kind of luxurious buses. And it gets you where you need to go in a jiffy. Here's another restaurant. This is a Japanese ramen restaurant. Again, you order what you want. You can come here and sit down. Pretty affordable too. Everything's like maybe $11. You start to see a ton of coffee shops. This place is like an overload on coffee shops. This Hollis coffee is very good. Hollys. More public restrooms. And these are the main exits. So when I landed, I came right out these doors here. So right through those gates is the customs, the immigration. It took me about an hour to get through immigration. Coming up to the left, you have a tout de jour, as well as a nursery. It's pretty incredible, right? Full-on nursery. I really like the aesthetic and the design of the cafes here in Korea. In Americano is 4,500 won. It smells really, really good. Here you have yet more public restrooms. And we'll make our way downstairs now. This is the outside where all the buses come. Also the parking garages as well. Again, tons of places to sit. And here's all the tourist information. This is the International Arrivals Gate C. Oh, and by the way, these things right here, these little carts, they're free. In the United States, you have to pay I think $5 or $6 for them. But they're free and available for everybody to use. Here's more kiosks to buy the bus tickets. We'll walk a little bit further down the terminal so you can see the other end. This is the bus departures board. Now there's also a really, really cool hotel in the basement, but it's a mini pod hotel, so you book these individual pods for a few hours at a time, and you could sleep there, you could take a shower, take a rest. It's really unbelievable. And this airport has everything you would need, so I wouldn't have any issues staying overnight here at all. Let me see if I can get the name of the place that I went to, just so you can see and look it up for yourself. It's called Spa Home. So if you come to the airport, I would go to the basement level and go to the Spa Home, and it's like $10. And they give you a toothbrush, they give you towels, they give you shavers, they give you everything. And the place is so unbelievably clean, it's insane. And there's a whole meditation room. You could go to sleep, you could do yoga, you could swim. Here's another coffee house here. There's even a Krispy Kreme donuts here. Looks like a little donut shop. And now let's go to the lower level. All on the right here, by International Arrivals Gate E, there's even more restaurants. I was about to eat at this Korean restaurant, but I'm going to go out and have a big dinner in Seoul. But you can see it's called Food Garden is another one. Another Korean food place, Angels in Us. More public restrooms, another coffee place. Okay, now let's go down to the basement level. This is where you can get the airport railroad to the subway. There's 2 pharmacies down here, and there's even like a mini hospital, which is crazy. And more public restrooms here. The whole dry cleaners. This is the Incheon Airport Staff Lounge, which looks pretty cool. But just remember, on the basement level is where all the lounges are going to be, and the spas. More public restrooms. I'm telling you, there must be like over 50 public restrooms in here. It's unbelievable. Once we go up this ramp, this is where more of the restaurants, coffee shops, there's a Starbucks here. This is the Incheon Airport Lost and Found. Another banking institution. Another Hollis Cafe. Here they have a whole different menu board. Here you have yet another pharmacy. I actually went in here and got some vitamin C pills after getting off a long flight. I think it's important to get some vitamin C. This is a whole medical center, hospital. Terminal 1 Airport Medical Center. Really amazing. Schedule appointments in here. See a doctor. More public restrooms. And now down here is where the spa is. Worth every penny. Again, if you're flying into Incheon, Seoul, coming off of a 15-hour flight, come right down here, pay $10. You could take a shower, go to sleep, everything right here. And once you go through these gates here, this is to the train. Okay, and now we are at the pickup level where you can get all the buses and walk to the parking lots and garages. It's about 72 degrees Fahrenheit today. If you enjoyed that walking tour of Incheon Airport in Seoul, leave a like on the video and subscribe for more walking tours of Korea while we are here for the next 2 weeks. Thanks so much for watching.